I owe $120,000. I remember the day when we got that loan approved from the bank, and it felt like we won the lottery, not really realizing what we are getting ourselves into. It's not clickbait, guys. I actually do owe $120,000. And in a way, it made me a wage slave for life. I have no choice but to work for the rest of my life to pay it off. And it's funny, I should know better. I have a university degree in economics. I still fell for it. And it's not like I'm irresponsible with money. I'm not a big spender. I almost never travel. And every month I have a budget meeting with my wife where we go over a spreadsheet. I'm pretty smart with numbers, but I still fell for it. Let me know if this sounds familiar. When you were young, you wanted to make a career so you can make a ton of money and have the freedom to do whatever you wanted. And then something happened. Maybe you met someone, or you were tricked into thinking that in order to succeed in life, you need a good, expensive education. And then you wake up one day and realize that you have a school loan that you have to repay for the rest of your life. This is stage one of a carefully planned wage slave trap. They tricked an entire generation to think that in order to be happy and successful, you need to go to a good school. So what do? You work hard on getting good grades so Harvard or some fancy school will accept you. But it won't be enough. Even with scholarships, even with part-time jobs, you still need to take a student loan. Yeah, I fell for it. And today I have a school loan despite working for the last 20 years of my life. I remember when I took that loan, despite only being 19 at the time, it felt like a trap. I could sense it, but I had no choice, or at least that's how it felt. And also I had 2 part-time jobs during my university years, but it wasn't enough. I needed that loan, or so I told myself. I felt that by going to college, my life would be perfect. And sure, I got a good job after those studies. I remember feeling so proud when the company handed me my laptop and my cell phone. I really felt like I made it. But that first job, it didn't pay very well, and I needed to climb higher on the career ladder, and just to be able to pay for the school loan. And then I met my wife, and stage 2 of my imprisonment in wage slavery was falling in love. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't my wife who was the trap, but this idea that when you meet someone you want to spend the rest of your fairy tale life with, you need a nice big house. And so you imagine living in a nice house, and this time I didn't really hear any warning bells, which is funny because you would think that my college education would have been sufficient. After all, I was actually studying economics. I should have seen this trap miles away, and maybe I did, but I chose not to listen. I wanted the perfect life with my wife. 20 years later, we still live a happy life. We have a nice house. But in order to pay for this life, we are stuck in this wage slave trap that we can't escape. If I didn't have any debt, I would just save up money to take a year off work and start my own business or something. But I can't do that because every month I have those damn loans to pay. And it's not like buying a car or a new washing machine that you can pay off within a year or 2. The school loan and the house loan will take me the rest of my life to pay off. Now, I made a video last year, why your house is a wage slave trap. People did not like it. It wasn't very popular. I got a lot of hate from people who just didn't like me shattering their illusion. Owning your house is the best investment. This is what they would tell me in the comments section without actually understanding how investments work. An investment puts money in your pocket. The house does the opposite. No matter how much you bend and twist the reality, the truth is that trying to buy your house forces you to work, and it takes a lifetime to pay off your house. Now, sure, there are exemptions to the rule. People who live outside cities or buy or renovation projects and have the skills and love to essentially build their own home. But for most people who are trying to own a house, what awaits them is a lifetime of paying mortgage, interest, and all sorts of costs. If you are a happy wage slave, then it's not a problem. If you think it's worth it, just so you can spend evenings and weekends in that house, but spend most of your waking time working to make some company rich, go for it. Now, in some way, me and my wife, we think it's worth it actually. We love our beautiful house. We love having our own garden, a lot of space. And in all fairness, we could sell it. And not only that, we could make a small profit because the housing market is crazy currently. So money is power. You either control your money or let money have control over you. Actually, I want to correct that. Money is the reason why companies can exploit you. It's the reason you have to get up every morning and have to take some soul-crushing job. So money is the answer. Now, don't worry about me. I actually have a solution coming my way. An inheritance after the passing of my father. It will set me straight in life. It will give me a second chance. And it's not bragging or even feeling like winning the lottery, because I would rather have my dad alive and well. But I didn't choose this. So listen to me. Don't have debt. That's how they get you. That's how they make you ignore your values as a human being. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've done and seen horrible things go against human nature, all for the sake of the company. It's not worth it. As always, thank you for listening. Do me a favor and tap that like button to show your support. Subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. Until next time, stay hungry, relentless, and strong in your journey of escaping wage slavery. Bye. Oh, you're still here. Oh, that's right. It's the behind the scenes vlog. So, the truth is, I really do love living in this house. It's something that I dreamed of since I was a kid, and I finally have it. I didn't think that the cost would be that expensive. That you would have to pay for it with essentially your life. Most of my time I spend working, and it's just crazy. And so, yes, I do have this solution around the corner that will set me free, but I just can't believe that I fell for it. That so many people fall for it all the time. And banks are making a ton of money off of people just because we all been, we've been programmed to sort of believe the lie that in order to be happy, you have to have a house. But still, I'm not going to complain. At some point, we might sell this house. I think we could actually sort of, I wouldn't say double our money, but we could make a nice profit by selling it and maybe move to a smaller apartment. We don't really need the house. As nice as it is, I'm not sure we need to be here. What is a house? A house is really just a roof over your head, and somewhere to keep your stuff, somewhere to hang your hat. You don't need to have some big fancy house. Like, for example, we have 2 bathrooms. And really the only benefit of having 2 bathrooms is we have one downstairs and one upstairs. So if we're upstairs, we don't have to go down. We can just go use the bathroom upstairs. That's really the only benefit of having 2 bathrooms. And so it's kind of weird. I remember when I was a kid and I would play with my friends and I would sometimes come home with them, and they lived in a nice fancy house, and me and my mom, we were poor and we lived in an apartment. And I remember that my biggest dream was to have a house with stairs. I don't know, for some reason, that's why I wanted to shoot this video right here, when I'm sitting in the stairs of my own house. I've always been fascinated with these stairs. But it's kind of funny because after we got it, I actually remember first being just initially shocked by how annoying it can get to go up and down the stairs all the time. You get used to it, but at first I remember the shock of just like, it's a good example of sometimes when you wish you have something, you don't really realize what it means until you have it, But yeah, I really do love this house, and I hope to grow old here someday. But at the extent of having to work for the rest of my life. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.